Oldsmobile. Every time I open that big barn door, it's more and more depressing. Oh, my cars are deteriorating. I've owned these cars for 33 years. 25 of them in a nice heated garage with nice warm mice nibbling. Now they're in a barn with hay falling down, mice again nibbling on stuff, tires going flat, mildew forming on the doors. It's depressing. Oh my god. Mice. Such a nice car. I need to give this thing to Spike Punk and have him fix it up for me. He needs to get a house with a bigger garage. Mice. Some reproduction exhaust tips I bought 30 years ago. This car has 37,872 miles, 500 more than when I bought it in 1979. Guess those tires are no good. Sitting here rusting away. My beautiful 66 Tornado is turning into a pile of junk. First year. Deluxe model. J7815s. Don't have a lot of miles on them, probably 10,000 miles. Oh, God. This is pretty much how I bought it, minus all the hay. Reproduction exhaust tips. Yep. Upholstery's drying out. Brake line broke. Power windows, power locks, no air conditioning. Even has a handle for the rear seat passenger to get out. And I bought it. The old man had just crunched it. And in the country I have, or had, a fender. I don't know if I'll ever get there and look at my junk before it disappears, if it already hasn't disappeared. This is how I bought it. I didn't do that. Then we got my 66 Grand Sport convertible. Factory red car. I did this. Went through an intersection when I wasn't looking. The guy hit me, my fault. And he tweaked the frame just a little bit. Just shifted things. Moved that fender over 1/8 of an inch. If you're watching my videos, you saw me crank this baby up with Spike. Saw me crank this 3 years ago when he was here with this 72 Vista Cruiser. She's a runner, but what am I going to do with it? I'm never going to restore it. It needs either a 204R transmission or a 5-speed, and it needs a special adapter because it doesn't have the Buick Olds Pontiac bell housing. It's totally round, and I don't know what it takes. I'm sure somebody's figured out how to put the nail head motor on a more modern transmission. I got cats. Period windshield wipers. Genuine Grand Sport. Original paint and original dents. That's the way I bought it. Dented, hammered, a little rusted in the trunk. Yep. That's a hole. Yep. Got some old tires. Deluxe Champions. 775 14 tubeless. This needs a rotisserie restoration. New panel. I put a new bumper on it from the junkyard 30 years ago. The old one was rusted right through, right there. It's rare because it's got tons of options. Power windows, remote mirror, air conditioning, tilt, AM, FM. Does not have a speed minder. Doesn't have cruise. Has a power seat. I'll never get to this. Whoops, there goes the flashlight. 80,000, one owner miles. Just sitting here rusting away. Needs a California frame. I saw one a few years ago on eBay. Pushed out of a storage container, a plain old Skylark convertible. Black, no motor, just a plain Jane. Oh boy. My Buick. Bought this when I was 20 years old. July 1980. Southern Connecticut State College, 1966-67. And I put just 1,000 miles on this thing one summer. What a crying shame, huh? Rusted. It's worse than it looks when you start ripping it apart. Canadian Tire Corporation, Limited. Safety 99s. Rebuilt the transmission on it, put on new dual exhaust. It's got pussy. I put on the rear sway bar. Gas tank had the dent in it when I bought it. Rusted. Yep. I guess you'd call it a barn find. But I know it's here. It hasn't been lost. Just what do I do with it? Expansion valve for the air conditioning. I had the air blowing ice cold. Skylark Ground Sport. Deluxe seat belts. Floor's pretty good. One of the reinforcing bars that goes across is soft, needs to be changed. Frame is solid as a rock. Just got heavy scale. 200. What's it got for transmission? 2-speed Jetaway or something. Rebuilt a few hundred miles ago. Probably has 100 miles on it. Stupid. Should have put that Turbo 400 in that we saw at the junkyard. Right, Spike Punk? Yeah, this is depressing. Depressing, depressing, depressing. I've got that. Wish I wouldn't be looking at these. I don't want to give them away, but what am I going to do with them? Kept them for all these years. 37,000 miles? 82,000. Old building, huh? Fruit Loops and I were going to take out this middle wall. I don't think it's doing anything. I don't think it's holding up anything. I could put 4 cars in here and have 4 cars being nibbled on by the various mice that pass through. Original paint. Original pinstripe. That's original paint too. Just can't look at this. Just can't look at this. This will all just wash off, but it's getting surface rust here. Can't sit like this. I'm going to close the door. I guess I'll take a picture first, self-portrait. I have to apologize. This almost want to make me cry. Look at that rust. Look at those tires, almost brand new. Hefty. Oldsmobile. Alright, take a picture and head on back. We're done.